Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today's video takes place between September 27th and October 3rd. I'm going to be checking out some new coil mounts that I got that'll mount to my tube front end, and I will be finishing off the brace for the fuel cell covers. So here I am unboxing my Maven Performance coil mounts. These kits come, I'd buy two of the kits. They typically come, one kit will do 4 cylinders, and because I'm going to have a V8 I need to get 2 kits. So the packaging that this all came in is awesome. You can see those little circular, like the actual mounts came in a microfiber towel to protect them in transit, which I thought was just awesome. I got all this nice hardware, beautiful hardware. I'm really happy with this kit. It wasn't cheap, but I think it was worth it. I also got a couple of through panel wiring products that, again, the quality is really nice, and I'm really happy with these guys. In the background you can see my race car. You can see that big pile of parts right there. Well, in the last video I had my battery charger on the race car because I had a race for that day, and that was the last race for this car. The front end got destroyed, kind of got ripped off, so now I'm just stripping it down. But yeah, so back to what I'm doing here. I'm just test fitting that coil mount on the tube front end. I wanted to make sure that I did order the right size, which I did. I think this is going to be great. I don't have the engine plate in the car yet, so this is not where these are not final fit. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the coils on the inside of the fender. I might have them in front of that bar towards the front of the car on the inside of the fender, and then just run the wires from the fender into the engine bay. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I just want to get this test fit and make sure that I got the right kit. So in my hand I have the wiring harness for the coils. Again, at this point I have no idea where I'm going to run this or how I'm going to run this. I need to get a lot more stuff in the car before I can plan out my wiring and figure that all out. But man, I gotta tell you, I do love the fit of that. I do love the look of this. I think it's a great product. I'm so happy with it. So now I'm just taking it all back apart, putting it all back away, because test fit's done. I don't need to test fit the other side. It's the exact same thing. Yeah, so you can see the mounts have those little rubber inserts that are just going to help it grip the bar a bit better. So just putting them back to where they're supposed to be. Alright, so with everything put back, we're going to get back onto the fuel cell brace. I had it all welded up before my race, and now what I need to do is switch out the drill bit in the drill, and we're going to drill out all of those holes. Yeah, so I got this drill press at a garage sale. I think I got it for 15 bucks, and probably one of the best tools I've bought so far. For a lot of this, for drilling a lot of these holes that I do, it just makes it so much smoother, so much easier. Because it's perfectly vertical, the drill bits last longer. I don't have as much trouble punching through the material, and I found that it's a lot easier than just using a drill by hand. Now we can just check and make sure all the holes are lining up as we expect. Grab the rest of the parts. I bought a big chunk of rubber so that I can have a bit of a seal between the lid and where the fuel cell is, so that way hopefully we keep fumes out of the passenger compartments and underneath the car. So I'm just setting the rubber down in place, putting the frame over, just kind of make sure that everything's going to be like the rubber is the proper size and it's going to be usable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some tape and tape it down so that I can flip the fuel cell cover over and mark out on the rubber where all of the rivets are going to go, so that I can put holes in the rubber so that we can sandwich it between everything. So here I am, just marking out the holes. Pretty self-explanatory. So I've just labeled which side's the back and where the top is. And right now I'm going to grab a tool out of here that's used for making holes in gasket material, but it's going to punch the holes in the rubber all the same. Just grab a block of wood so that I'm not putting this tool right up against the fabrication table, and then using a hammer I can just pound on the tool, which will put a perfect hole in the rubber. With all the holes made, everything looks like it's pretty good, so I can start trying to fit this all back together. Right now I've got the latch where the top connects to underneath the rubber piece, but I don't really like that because there's no way for the top panel to latch on. I'd have to make big cuts in the rubber, which I don't really want to do. And now you can see that I put the piece that has the latch on first, and I had the rivet from the front coming through the back. Looks like that rivet that I had in there bent or something. Now that I've got it all kind of fit up where I want, I'll use that big clamp just so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to put the first rivet in there and tighten it down just to kind of get everything loosely held together. So that first rivet there, the first one that I tried clamping down on didn't really work, so I put a second one in there. It's really tight in those holes that I drilled. So just using my rivet tool to try and get the first one tightened down. Putting the next one in, you can see I'm using the pliers to get it all the way through. And at the moment, I'm not putting any rivets in the very top holes, and that's because that's where the hinge for the plate goes. So now I'm starting to put rivets in for the top plates. Yeah, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but these rivets are just fighting me the entire way. They just do not want to go in. You know, I really shouldn't need pliers and hammers and all this nonsense just to get these rivets in. I don't know why. I'm continuing to fight this as much as I am. Yeah, I think I finally smartened up a little bit here, and I just grabbed a slightly bigger drill bit. I'm just drilling all the holes at about a 1/16 of an inch to hopefully make the rivets fit in there a lot nicer. I don't know why it took me so long to do this. I mean, if you're fighting it that bad, it's not a big deal to just go up, you know, one size to make stuff fit a little bit nicer. You know, watching this back, I'm not liking the rivets. Usually when you use the rivet gun, it'll break the rivet off cleanly at the base, whereas that's not really happening here, probably because I'm, you know, using the pliers and hitting it. So the rivet shaft or the rivet tail there is breaking like halfway up instead of breaking off right at the base. So then I gotta use my pliers and kind of break it free on its own. I think I'll probably end up pulling this all back off when I paint it, just so that I can redo all of these rivets a little bit nicer. Yeah, so we just check to make sure everything closes as we expect it to. Put a little bit of space in the back so we can put the cover back over the fuel cell. And I did that because the next thing that I need to do is right here. I need to put some floor from the fuel cell cover all the way across. So that's going to be coming up in a future video. So I'd just like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.